What's up, guys? Tristan Hager here with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about vaping. I did a vaping video a little while ago, basically explaining how kids can explain to their parents how to basically convince them that vaping is okay and it's not as dangerous as everyone is claiming it to be. It basically, to sum it up, was that a lot of the deaths and reported diseases and lung failures that people have been having due to vaping is largely due to people that aren't getting it from reliable sources, or it has something like vitamin E acetate in it, which can build up in the lungs and put basically holes in your lungs, which is obviously really bad for your health. Mine here, Lemon Drop 1, does not have vitamin E acetate in it. It is vegetable glycerin and propylene glycol, not vitamin E acetate. And I kind of just wanted to follow up on that video and just say that I don't think vaping, and this is just purely my own thoughts and there's no study behind this, but I don't think vaping is the best thing for your lungs. If you can choose not to do anything and not smoke on anything, that is probably the better choice. If you are a smoker, switching to vaping would be the much better alternative. There's been numerous different studies that say that people that switched from smoking to vaping have shown significant improvements in their lung function and their breathing and overall health. So I definitely recommend, if this is an opportunity for you, is to switch to vaping over smoking, because for obvious reasons smoking is not good for you and vaping is a much better alternative. But that's not what I wanted to talk about today. What I wanted to talk about is this guy. His name is Stanton Glantz. He's a professor. He is a tobacco awareness activist, and he made a post, not a post, but he made a study that was on disease among adults, a longitudinal study about e-cigarettes. And this was published in the American Journal of Preventive Medicine. It had a lot of different feedback on it and criticism because of what it was saying. It was basically saying that independently, vaping was shown to cause diseases such as asthma, emphysema, and COPD. This is a chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. It's basically like poor airflow, coughing, long-term lung problems, and sputum production, which is basically when heavy smokers go outside and they'll cough incessantly for a long time to try and get this like phlegm out of their throats because it's stuck in there. And this sort of disease takes decades of heavy smoking to occur. And what they did not control for was that most people that vape used to smoke heavily, and the long-term effects of cigarettes would still be negatively affecting their lung health long after they quit. So vaping started in 2007. They would need someone that was only using a vape in their life for decades before they could really determine if this was possible. The whole study, in my opinion, is bunk at this point, because most of the participants were likely heavy smokers before they started vaping, and they're characterizing them as non-smokers. So you see it as you will, but if they did the same study with people that had only vape, for me for example, I've only smoked very, very little amounts, so I would be characterized as someone that's like a non-smoker. I only ever started vaping, and it's just for my own personal use. I like the way it feels. I don't plan on doing it forever, but I would be a prime candidate for someone for that. But you would need someone that's done it for decades without touching cigarettes, because cigarettes are so toxic to your body. So, and more on this guy, what's his name again? Stanton Glantz, who was the professor for this study. He settled a case with one of his researchers for $150,000 because he was sexually harassing her. And so this is sort of like, you might think this is like irrelevant, but a dude like this, who's a scumbag, and tobacco companies and tobacco-related companies are known to give out lots of money to change people's perceptions of vaping. That's the whole reason smoking became so popular when it first started, because they had like propaganda to say that it was really cool to be smoking, and they'll do anything to keep people smoking, whether they die or not. So the less people that smoke, less money for the tobacco industry, researchers, activists. And this might seem like a conspiracy theory, and maybe it is, but you never know. I wouldn't put it past this guy to take money to put out some bunk study or make some biased study to try and show people that vaping is worse than smoking. And that's what this guy literally said. He said in a tweet, using e-cigs increases exposure to toxic chemicals for most users. They would be better off just smoking. I mean, that's just completely wrong. There's been numerous studies that show that vaping is much better for you than smoking. So I have a feeling that this guy has a large bias against vaping. He doesn't know a lot about it. He's a lot older. So my takeaway from this video is just sometimes studies aren't so black and white, and sometimes they can be wrong, sometimes they can be misleading, sometimes they have a lot of limitations. So until they get a study that shows that vaping as an independently controlled variable is causing these diseases, then we could start talking. But I mean, they don't really have that. So that's the video. Thanks guys for watching. Thanks for liking. Thanks for subscribing. New videos every day for the next month. I'm going to try my best to commit to this. I might take like one day off a week. I don't know. I'm going to try my best to put out a video every day. So look out for my videos. Press that bell notification button. And leave your comments down below what you think of the video. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.
Changing lately. Beware of smiling faces, entangling, betraying. Beware of smiling faces. Murder's way on my conscience as I take 2 minutes showers.
Oh look, I'm Stanton Glantz. I'm an American professor and tobacco control activist. And that's the last vape puff I'll ever take. That'll kill you. That'll kill you. I'll get lung disease and bronchitis and asthma and emphysema and all A through Z and polyherpes. Better have a cigarette. Oh yeah. That's real good.